All right, I think I've finally found a better way to teach bar chords. Today, I'll show you how I came up with this approach and how it can help you learn bar chords as quick and painlessly as possible. Now, bar chords are notorious for good reason. It's been said that 90% of guitarists quit within the first year, and in my experience as a guitar teacher, I would say that's pretty accurate. And most of the time, it's probably due to bar chords. But here at Pickup Music, we take guitar education very seriously. And when I was asked to redesign the beginner learning pathway, I knew that in order to make the best beginner guitar course on the internet, we were gonna have to crack the bar chord code. So I searched far and wide and I did a ton of research. I talked to all my guitar teacher friends and I looked through every old guitar book that I could get my hands on. And of course I watched about 50 bar chord videos on YouTube. But after all this, I still didn't feel like there was a better way to teach bar chords. And I started to wonder, is it possible to innovate here? There's so much advice out there, yet people still seem to struggle. You know, is it really just a fact of life that bar chords take months of painful practice? Maybe there's nothing we could do about so many beginners giving up on their guitar journey. But then I had an idea. What if I became a beginner myself? And the way I did that is by learning guitar left-handed. Now, to be fair, I gave myself 2 weeks to build up my strength with open chords and a couple riffs, but by week 3, I knew I just had to jump into it, and well, here's how it sounded. Oh boy, let's try with a pick. Sounds worse. Now, this was incredibly humbling and frustrating. I mean, 20 years of guitar muscle memory out the window. I couldn't get the strings to ring out, my hand was in pain, and to be honest, it just really wasn't fun. But I kept going, and after a couple practice sessions, I started noticing some very helpful things that no one was talking about. Eventually, I landed on a new approach that really helped me out. I call it float, support, embrace. That's right, float, support, embrace. Now by float, I mean that we're gonna float your fingers above the strings. With support, I mean that we're gonna talk about everything that's behind the neck and is supporting the fingers. And with embrace, I'm talking about embracing the guitar with your strumming hand arm so that we provide a balanced pressure like this. Now let's break each of these down a little bit more. Float is really more of an approach to practicing bar chords so that you don't tire out your hand super quickly. The idea is that we're getting our fingers in place and ready to play without actually providing the tension. Now this might not seem like revolutionary, but I found that if I practiced this way, it really spared my hand from a lot of pain. So today, let's learn the A major bar chord, which is a very classic one to learn. So as you can see, that first finger is going all the way across on the 5th fret, and then your ring finger is gonna be on the 7th fret on the A string, and your pinky is gonna be on the 7th fret on the D string. Your middle finger is gonna be on the 6th fret of the G string. The other thing you want to pay attention to is how curved my fingers are. They need to be super curved, and particularly the middle finger. You also want to make sure that you're playing right up next to the fingernail instead of more on the pads of the fingers. You can see how close those strings actually are hitting to my fingernail. That leads me to one other very crucial tip here. Your fingernails have to be really short to be successful at bar chords. Dolly Parton is a great guitar player in her own right, but she's not gonna be playing bar chords anytime soon. So now that you've got your hand in the right place, don't press down. That's where the float comes in, and again, that's what's gonna save your hand the tension and the pain. Just try to get everything as close as possible to this shape as you can for now, and then we'll move on to the next step, support. This is the thing that probably helped me the most when I was playing left-handed. Everybody talks about what's happening with the fingers and this and that, but I found that what was happening behind the neck was just so much more important, and it's really the support that's happening back here that allows the fingers to fall in place. So take a look back here. Let's start with the thumb. First of all, the thumb is in the middle of the neck or so. It's not up here and it's not way down here. You're gonna be able to get the firmest grip by having it in the middle like that. Now, if we keep going, let's talk about the wrist angle. A lot of people say that you should bend your wrist a little bit, but I actually found it much more helpful to keep it maybe just slightly bent, if not pretty close to straight. That is, again, just gonna kind of help you support what's happening in the fingers. And finally, if you go all the way back to your elbow, this is huge. If your elbow is out like this away from my body, it makes it a lot harder for me to curve my fingers. And finally, onto the embrace. What you're gonna do is take your strumming hand and kind of embrace the guitar, rather with your arm, I guess, and that just helps create a balanced pressure between here and your fretting hand. And then once you've done those 3 steps, now put the pressure down and try to play. Now, if you tried that with me and it was truly your first time ever trying a bar chord, it probably didn't sound great. It does take a little bit of time and of course some practice to get all those notes to ring out. Now let's put this chord into a musical context with a track. First, we'll take each note and just kind of pluck it away like this. And that way we're really practicing to make sure that we're getting all the notes out. And then we'll just add a strum as well. All right, so floating, supporting, embracing. Here we go. Ready, play. And now let's just give it a full strum. Awesome. Now let's take a break, relax, float, check your support. Where's your thumb? Where's your wrist? And where's your embrace? All right, get ready. Here we go. Let's try it again. 1, 2, ready, play. And a big strum. Nice work. So I'd recommend using this approach with all bar chords that you're trying to learn. We're doing a 6-string major bar chord, but of course there's 6-string minor bar chords. There's 5th-string major, 5th-string minor. Those are probably the 4 most common ones that everybody needs to know. All right, well, thanks a lot for coming on this left-handed bar chord journey with me. I really hope that the float, support, embrace system is helpful to you. And if you like this video, of course, please like and subscribe to our channel. And if you're interested in going even deeper on bar chords or all things beginner, we've got the beginner learning pathway at Pickup Music. You can sign up for your free 14-day trial today.